Hello all, Dr. Fox back here with you. Trying to stay cool. It's toasty up here on the East Coast. It's going to be continuing to get toasty for a few more days. I'll get into that hunkering down stuff in a little bit. We got a few things to cover. I'm just going to kind of leave it like that. Let's get right into this, shan't we? Because I didn't want to turn my AC back on. I had to turn it off for a few minutes while I'm recording this. And I tried to do this as early as I could before it got too hot. But it's already like, okay, well, with that, let's get into this, shan't we? Dr. Fox back here with you, the weekend update. Hope you're trying to stay cool. If you're up here in the East Coast on the United States, it's going to be roasty toasty. I'm going to be hunkering down for the next few days. Of course, I'm also waiting for a big surprise. I've been sort of hinting at it on my Instagram. Those that know my Instagram, go to my the description. You'll see it down in there. And I've been sort of hinting at a few things coming. But for now, I'm hunkering down, and thankfully I've been able to get some groceries delivered, and that's working. We're just trying to get acclimated and kind of settled into the new place, and just trying to hold our way through everything, and just trying to function each day, wake up, breathe, and try to get through my routine, and tweaking and moving things around as I go, and just trying to figure out, for those that will see it, you'll see the sun might be a little blaring around her, but it'd be like, oh, I don't know if you guys can see my Alliance pillow there way in the corner up there. Dude, she's cat cam's on, so you get a little bit of Miss Mora here today while we're covering that. One of the big news things that and sorry about my sigh and not getting too excited about this, because we tried this in 2013, and well, they'll say otherwise anyway. What I'm going to get into it just real quick, and again, we're weekend updates, so I'm just going to hit bullet points, talk a little bit about it, and then go on to the next thing. So, trans supposedly finally, including myself, who's a vet, trans vet, who needs the surgery and has been trying to get it for too many years, is all I'm going to say for now. And I'm grateful for those young ones that have been able to take care of that much sooner. And sadly, I've been in a circumstance not by choice. No excuses. And I've been working my butt off to get there as quick as I could, trying to do this, trying to do that, and then they have these other pieces involved in it. And then for a while there, if you go out and do your laser treatments, I talked about this a few weeks back, that they'll reimburse for that part. And now supposedly they're going to help cover for those surgeries, but you can see why I'm not very excited. I'd be like cheering with bells and whistles, but being as studied as a CNA, and I know a fellow nurse out there who's watching her mom right now, so hi ladies, we all know in the medical profession that this is not, there's a lot of complexity behind the scenes, and I am working with a therapist to get a new letter, even though I had letters in like 2011, two of them, and they supposedly weren't good enough, and they only last a year. And look, I get it. People change. People decide not to. There's all these complexity things involved. All I'm saying is I had to restart over. I had to spend thousands and thousands of dollars, and you want to wonder whether this is going to be reimbursed in some form or fashion, or you got to put the money up front and then you reimburse. So there's a lot of concerns about the details of how they put this in, which people will benefit from it, or which ones will be allowed to follow the process through. I'm looking into it. As always, I always stay up on this kind of stuff. But anyway, I just wanted to kind of touch on that a little bit. And I've got this other $63,985 something surgery I need to do as well, sadly, prior to this one. Just God forbid, I hope something else doesn't come up trying to fight to get that part done. And I'm just trying to do it before it's complex. And like I said, I put life insurance, I think it was, the life insurance in place. So God forbid if something happens while I'm under. But let's hope not. Let's hope I can bounce back soon after. That's going to be a lot of work, and I'm going to be out of commission for a while. I don't think I'll be able to do these weekend updates because part of it has to do with voice. So, and you're not supposed to speak for a while until that gets fixed. Some will have an issue. I'm not saying too much about which processes I'm getting done, because there's going to be a lot of people that are going to try to change your mind or not tell you it's okay to do. And we have to kind of, people just have to function through that on how we're functioning until we can reach a process. And sometimes it's a full length process, and it gets so tiring and mundane when you got to deal with those folks that say things like, just do it all at once. Who's got the money to do that? Maybe 1 percentile, maybe someone else who's lucky. And you can't, or some will kind of save it up for like 3 to 5 years and then do it all at once. And I tried to do it all at once, but it's not that simple, all I'm trying to say. I think with that, I'm not going to stay on that one too long. I just wanted to touch on that one a little bit. We do have those changes coming. A lot of people are tweaking their gear, and then, of course, we're getting some other reviews about how the discontent, if you will, about this whole thing as we transition back, and we're prepping for patch 9.1 to drop here on Tuesday, Wednesday-ish, depending on what region of the world you live in. And it's going to be socketed. There's everything from cloth is your braces and your... I did read this 2 or 3 times, but my writing is so small because I'm only left with these little chunks. I don't have full pages. So with that, it's the braces and the belts for cloth. Leather is gloves and boots. Male armor is belt and boots, and then plate is bracers and gloves as well. So there's all these set bonuses going on. There's a lot of discontent about all this. If you're not raiding, you can kind of just skip over a lot of what I've been doing. I might peek into a raid, but 9 times out of 10, you end up getting those horrible people that are like, if they're not fully socketed, or if you don't have that full piece of gear, like, get out of here. We're not gonna just, pull you along through it. And it just gets so tiring when you can't. Trust me, if they keep having expansions, I'd wait 1 or 2 expansions later and then come back and do old content when you can handle it with much better gear. But certain things go away, and it makes it a little complex. Finally, clarifying that I had talked about the other week, Valor is going to change to gold. Now, not immediately on Tuesday. So you have until July 6th was the post. You have till July 6th before your Valor turns into gold. So just be prepped for that. Whether it's going to be midnight Pacific or 3 a.m. Eastern, or, do the math from there. Or if it's going to be a different time frame. So I think it's going to happen within that. Just a heads up. I would probably just have done it prior to July 5th if you've got it on any alts or anything like that. As well. And of course, speaking of that, Midsummer Fire Festival, that's off and running. If you're trying to level your alts, don't forget the little fire pole spin, 10% right there. If you're trying to get some more of your alts leveled really quick, that's a good little thing. Nothing really new this year. There is the Amber bonus, of course, because you get that rep bonus if you're doing the Ambers. That's for the folks that are doing the, I'll go down to my character who has it for Revendra. That's the Amber Court is what that references as well. And I think with that, we had a few follow-ups. Oh yeah, we've been getting a lot of questions. This comes up all the time. Heritage armor, we still don't know. There was that little bit we got back in Warlords of Draenor, but they're not technically heritage, but it kind of can work or sort of be a filler for then. We had some stuff in BFA. We may eventually get it again. Fingers, toes, like everything's crossed, but now I got carpal tunnel, so it's hard for me to do it. But all I'm saying is you don't want to put all your items in one basket, if you will, on that. There is some campaign skips, just to kind of touch on a couple of these as well. If you've got to be able to have already done them at least once on your main character to be able to get those. Sadly, nothing in the early beginning like we used to get. We may get that later in a later patch. But for now, the skips are like the Torghast intro, the rune carving intro, the Bolvar quest, and then when you do 3 new chapters in the new campaign coming in 9.1, those 3 newer ones, you'll be able to skip that as well, which I'll already be doing because I'm working towards flight from my main character, if I can ever get time on here. So I am sweating terribly. And I just wanted to kind of touch up on a couple of those bullet points today. I'm going to kind of wrap this up. I'm not going to keep on for too long today. It's going to be kind of a short one because I'm starting to sweat. So I'm going to kind of call it there. Let's jump into calendar. I love my calendar kitties. Sweet little calendar kitties. We, I think, hit level 62 for our guild. Well, my character 62, and then one other hit. See, I think we've got a third guildie, almost level 62 in TBC Classic. Just a quick update on that. I haven't really been on much. I haven't been on retail for quite some time, to be honest. And for TBC, it's maybe been once or twice for a few hours here. It's been so chaotic. I've been just trying to get settled in and acclimated with the place and trying to get things all figured out. Oh yeah, she kind of left. So she's like, okay, Mama, that's pretty much it. So I think with that, we're going to just finish this up here real quick. Just to touch on those. Again, as I mentioned, Midsummer Fire Festival's underway here as well. We've got the Torghast Beasts of... it's the rate that's gonna beginning when the 9-1 goes live this week. PvP Brawl, Cooking, Impossible, that's ending. If you need to get in any of that right now, Battlegrounds bonus events, that's also ending. Shadowlands Dungeon event, that's going to be beginning. That's that whole we're getting. It's the whole dungeon event, and then of course when we have our whole 9-1 raid, when all that excitement goes live. So, and, what are you doing? Is anyone popping back in from Midsummer Festival? Are you doing Fire Festival for TBC or retail? Or are you playing, if you're playing something else, share what you're playing right now. I have been very diligently, thanks to a gentleman named Matt. I meant to write his name down on Twitter. He's been putting out posts on where to find PS5s. So I'm keeping a close eye out for one. But right now, surgery is top priority, not PS5. It's just something that I was kind of keeping a close eye out for. We'll have to kind of see, but because I've been pulling away from consoles. It's pretty much a little bit of PC gaming here and there, and then maybe on my phone or one of my arcade cabinets once in a while, or maybe a little Nintendo Switch when I'm out and about, just doing something, and I don't really have a ton of internet to use. I am on a decent internet data plan, but it's really pricey. If you don't have like a full family on it, it makes it a little more pricey. To be honest, if I could just go to it, I'd probably do like maybe Mint Mobile or something for like $15. You have to pay 3 months in advance and then a year in advance, but it keeps it around 15, and you're still on the same network. But there's controversy about getting T-Mobile Tuesdays for that. Not that that's a big seller for me, but then that's who I'm with. It's T-Mobile. And don't get me wrong, it's been working good. It's just getting kind of pricey, and I'm trying to cut my costs everywhere I can at this point. I'm trying to really hunker down hard, and I have been over. Those that know me know I've been trying to hunker at it little by little here and there, and piece by piece. And now with this like $1,200-$1,300 mortgage coming in, I really got to cut my numbers somewhere and trying to move that around. And like I said, hopefully I'll get my little car back first part of the week. I would probably know more. I want to be surprised. I want to be that very giddy, excited person that they're working on the car. So when I see it, I'll be like, I want to see if they'll record my initial reaction to that. So I think that's going to wrap it up. Just kind of take two things to contemplate this week. Kind of wrapping up your month, because we're at the tail end of the month as well. And then as we head into the 4th of July weekend next weekend, well, I think you know what I'm trying to say. A week from today, we'll be saying Happy 4th of July for those that celebrate it. And I think for those that are going out to enjoy something as well. And just take a couple of those things to contemplate. Those that are in-game, take a little bit of time to think about what you want to do over 9-1 when you prep for that. I know top priority for me, flying when I have time as well. And I think call me in the morning. Once again, we will... You know the drill. See you later.